Good morning, dear students. Welcome in online classes. My dear student, yesterday we have discussed about that advantages of the Lok Sabha and advantages of the Rajya Sabha. I hope that each and everyone watch the video and able to understand what will be going on study. And we also discussed about that power and functions of the Union Parliament study, but only one power, legislative power, finished, and rest part of the power today we will be discussing. Today we will start with power and functions, financial power, control over the executive, how the parliament control over the executive. Next, constitutional functions or constitutional power and electoral power. Legislative power already studied, we have discussed legislative power, especially this type of legislative power used by the parliament, like that matter related to the union list, matter related to the state list, and matter and subject related to the concurrent list. These all power, for this power the parliament make the law for the union list, for the state list, for the concurrent list. And we also discussed study that what is the residuary power and then what is ordinance, who passed the ordinance. These all are already discussed yesterday. Today we will discuss about the financial power of the Indian Parliament. You know that our Parliament has passed the annual budget. Our Parliament has passed the annual budget. Annual budget is a key word. What is annual budget? It has power to pass the annual budget, especially income and expenditure of the country. Okay? Income and expenditures, this type of income received by the parliament, and this type of expenditure, so many type of the expenditure. These all are used by the parliament for the annual budget into the financial year, and expenditure like that salaries, allowance of the president, salaries, allowance of the vice president, salaries, allowance of the judges of the Supreme Court, and other expenditure. These all are prepared by the parliament. And you also know money will only introduced into the Lok Sabha. Not only, it also passed more and more power of the Lok Sabha in the field of the money bill, and then after the money bill goes to the Rajya Sabha, but Rajya Sabha has not more power in the field of money. So Union Parliament passed the annual budget. It is a key word, especially it related to the income and expenditure for the financial year. So annual budget, income and expenditure, salaries and allowance of the Chief Justice of India, judges of the High Court, other high officers like the Comptroller General, Vice President of India, Speaker, and President. The salary all are used by the Consolidated Fund of India. This Consolidated Fund of India is mainly, especially used for the Union Parliament, for the expenditure and also for the income. Okay, the first point here, annual budget passed by the parliament. This is the first financial power of the parliament. Second power, salaries of MPs and MLA. Salaries of MPs and MLA, the allowance, the salaries, those are received by the MPs and the minister. These salaries and allowances determined by the parliament from time to time. We can say here the salaries of MPs and MLA. Salaries of MPs and ministers. Okay, salaries and allowance also. salary, you know very well, salaries and allowances of the MPs and ministers also determined by the parliament from time to time. Next, supplementary grants. What is supplementary grants? It is also prepared by the parliament. Which type of the supplementary grant? Supplementary grants. What is supplementary grants? In case of the budget and the income is not sufficient according to the expenditure, then the parliament approved the supplementary grants for extra expenditures. It is necessary to approved by the parliament in case of the government is not the preparing budget for the any financial year is not sufficient. That time the prime minister and the executive body can use the supplementary through the supplementary grants from the consolidated fund of India, and it is decided and it is approved by the parliament. So the supplementary grants is also a keyword. Supplementary grants approved by the parliament, and after that the prime minister can use the grants from the consolidated fund of India. Understand? जो भी पैसा एक्स्ट्रा निकालना है वो कहां से आ रहा है? कंसोलिडेटेड फंड ऑफ इंडिया. लेकिन अगर आपकी इनकम अकॉर्डिंग टू योर इनकम योर एक्सपेंडिचर मोर देन है, अगर आपकी एक्सपेंडिचर ज्यादा है और इनकम कम है, तो उस कंडीशन में उस कमी को पूरा करने के लिए हमारी गवर्नमेंट सप्लीमेंट्री ग्रांट्स की डिमांड करती है, और सप्लीमेंट्री ग्रांट्स किसके द्वारा अप्रूव होता है? पार्लियामेंट के द्वारा. ओके, द डिमांड ऑफ सप्लीमेंट्री ग्रांट्स अप्रूव्ड बाय द पार्लियामेंट, then the prime minister can use the consolidated fund of India. Okay, so supplementary grants is also a financial power of the prime minister. There are three important power. First, financial power, budget for the nation, it has approved by the parliament, like that income on expenditure. Salaries of MPs and ministers also determined by the parliament from time to time, and supplementary grants is also approved by the parliament in case of insufficient budget. So this is the three important and more important points for the financial power of the parliament. Next, new taxes. New taxes. What is permission for the new taxes? Permission for the new taxes. What is tax? You know that there are two types of the tax: direct tax and indirect tax. Especially the commerce students very well know about that what is tax, but those who are not study about that, those who are not learn about the commerce, there are two types of the tax: direct tax or indirect tax. Tax the income, the tax those are imposed on the income known as the direct tax. The tax those are imposed on their income, किसी के इनकम से डायरेक्ट अगर कोई इनकम टैक्स के थ्रू काट कर उसके टैक्स को लिया जाता है तो ये डायरेक्ट टैक्स होता है. इनडायरेक्ट टैक्स लाइक दैट गुड्स, हम किसी गुड्स को परचेज करते हैं तो वहां पर हमें क्या देना पड़ता है? इनडायरेक्ट टैक्स देना पड़ता है, जो उसके एमआरपी में ऑलरेडी इंक्लूड होता है. बट यहाँ हम बात कर रहे हैं परमिशन फॉर टैक्सेस, मतलब डायरेक्ट टैक्स जो परमिशन होता है जिससे किसी टैक्स को इंक्रीज करना है या कोई नया टैक्स इंपोज करना है, दिस इज आल्सो अप्रूव्ड बाय द पार्लियामेंट. नो टैक्स कैन बी इम्पोज्ड, नो टैक्स can be imposed on any part of the nations without the approval of the parliament. Okay, so it is also a keyword: permission for the new taxes, especially the permission for the new taxes necessary to approved by the parliament. Means no tax can be imposed or money are spent by the government without approval of the parliament. I hope that clear. Permission for new taxes also approved by the parliament. No tax can be imposed, no money can be imposed by the government without the approval of the parliament. Understand? Money bill, you know very well. Money bill only introduced into the Lok Sabha. It is money bill can be introduced into the Lok Sabha, not only. Money can be introduced into the Lok Sabha. It is also a financial power of the Union Parliament. I hope that yes, students, you all are able to understand which is financial power of the Parliament. First, budget. Budget. All type of income and expenditure decided by the Parliament. Each and every financial year, the budget is prepared by the government, but it is approved by the Parliament. It is the financial power of the Parliament. Second, salaries of MPs and ministers also determined by the Parliament from time to time. It is also an important keyword. Third, supplementary grants. Supplementary grants. Supplementary grants. In case of insufficient budget, the government can demand the supplementary grants, and the supplementary grants approved by the Parliament. It is also a financial power. Next, permission for new taxes. Permission for new taxes. Permission for new taxes also approved by the Parliament. Without the approval of the Parliament, the government cannot impose any type of tax. Next, money bill. Money bill. Money bill can be introduced into the Lok Sabha only. It is also a financial power of the Parliament. I hope that each and every keywords remind this one: budget, approval of the budget, salaries of MPs and ministers, supplementary grants, permission for the new tax, and money bill. These are the financial power of the Union Parliament. Now let us next point. What is given? Control over the executive. Control over the executive. You know that the Prime Ministers and the Council of Ministers are collectively responsible to the Lok Sabha. The Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers collectively responsible to the Lok Sabha. But how our Parliament controls them? Through the various motion. Motion is tools. About this tool, using this tool, the Parliament control over the executive. Executive means Prime Minister and their Council of Ministers. Both are controlled by the Parliament through the various motion, like that censure motion, like that cut motion, like that adjournment motion, like that no confidence motions, like that adjournment motion. Means through the various motions, our Parliament control over the executive. It is very important. Many times the question is asked, through which weapons our Parliament control over the executive? So many weapons. Through these weapons, like that question. What is this? Through these weapons, the member of the Parliament asks the questions from the Prime Minister and their Council of Ministers through passing the question through the adjournment motion. Through the adjournment motion. Adjournment. The routine business of the Parliament, when the routine business of the Parliament is stopped, when the routine business of the Parliament is postponed, and the attention of the government related to the matter of urgent national importance, means the routine business of the Parliament is postponed and the attention of the government are to the national importance matter. This is known as the adjournment motion. Through the adjournment motion, the Parliament draw the attention of the government on any other urgent national important matters. So this is also a weapons. Through these weapons, the Union Parliament control over the executive. Through the no confidence motion, I hope that you are familiar with this one. No confidence motion. You know very well. The Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers responsible to the Lok Sabha. Okay. In case of the no confidence motion passed by the Parliament, the ministers and the leader of the majority party give the resign from their post. Okay. So through the no confidence motion, through the cut motion, the individual ministers are responsible for their post. Through the cut motions, through the censure motions, through the censure motion. Means these are the weapons through the government controlled by the Parliament. Various motions passed by the Parliament and control over the executive. Means executive, Prime Minister and उसकी Council of Ministry को कैसे कंट्रोल हमारी पार्लियामेंट करती है, उसको क्या पावर दिया गया है हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में. तो हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में हमारी पार्लियामेंट के पास पावर दिया गया है कि पार्लियामेंट एग्जीक्यूटिव बॉडी को कंट्रोल कर सकती है. हाउ? थ्रू द वेरियस मोशन, थ्रू द क्वेश्चनिंग, थ्रू द एडजर्नमेंट मोशन, through the no confidence motion, through the cut motion and through the censure motion. We have discussed in detailed form in the last part of this chapter, because already we learned what is question hour, what is adjournment motion, what is no confidence motion, what is cut motion and what is the censure motion. But today we know and you also learn about that through these motions, through these weapons, our parliament control over the executive. I hope that clear. How our parliament control over the executive? Through the various motion, through the various motion, through the various weapons, through the various tools. Because Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers responsible to the Lok Sabha. Through this, it control over the executive as how? Through the motions, questioning, through the draw the attentions of the government and discuss any important and national topic. Through the question hour, through the adjournment motion, through the no confidence motion and cut motion and censure motion. These are the weapons through our parliament control over the executive. I hope that clear. Next point. Constitutional function. Point number 4. Constitutional function. Our parliament, this type of work done for the constitution. Any amendment of the constitution approved by the parliament, any type of the changes, any type of the recorrections, any type of the amendment, those are happening in our constitution, it is approved by the parliament. So our parliament approved any type of the amendment, those are included in our constitution. Through the constitutional matter, the bill to amend the constitution may be moved in either house. You know that any type of bill, those are amended in the constitution, moved either of the house. It has to be passed in both the house. It has to be passed in both the house. Both the house means Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Both houses are responsible to any amendment of the constitution. Both houses pass the bill, then any amendment complete into the constitution. Okay, so it is very important for the simple majority or the 2/3 majority clear by the parliament, then any amendment approved into the constitution. Okay, so it is known as the constitutional powers of our union parliament. Our parliament can amendment or pass any bill for the amendment of our constitution. Both house, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, both are responsible for the amendment. If 2/3 majority is clear in both the houses, in the parliament, not in the both the houses, in the parliament, then bill passed and amendment is. next point, electoral function. Electoral function. Our parliament also having the power of electoral powers, electoral function. Like that, the elected member of the both the houses, the elected member of the parliament participated into the electoral college for the elections of the president. Okay, so electoral college is the composition of elected member of the Lok Sabha, elected member of the Rajya Sabha and the state legislative assembly. Okay, means we can say the elected member of the parliament and the elected member of the state legislative assembly participated in the electoral college, and through the electoral college the president of India elected. Understand? This is the first electoral functions of our parliament. What is elections of the president? Elections of the president. The elected member of the parliament and the elected member of the legislative assembly participated in the elections of the president. This is known as the electoral function and electoral power of the parliament. Next, the vice president of India. The vice president of India elected by the member of both the houses. Vice president vice president, both are, you know that through the electoral function of parliament, the elected member of the parliament and the state legislative assembly both are participated in the elections of the president, and the member of the parliament, elected member of the parliament also participated in the election of the vice president. This power is known as the electoral function. After that, speaker also elected by the member of the Lok Sabha. It is also a power of the Lok Sabha to elect their speaker amongst them. Okay, so elections of the speaker and also deputy speaker Lok Sabha elect the speaker and the deputy speaker and deputy speaker elected by the member of the Lok Sabha. Then after the Rajya Sabha elects the deputy chairman. The Rajya Sabha elects its deputy chairman. Deputy chairman will be the member of the Rajya Sabha. No role of the Lok Sabha. Member of the Lok Sabha, no role for the election of the deputy chairman. But in the speaker में भी क्या होता है? The member of the Lok Sabha elect their speaker. Deputy speaker also elected by the member of the Lok Sabha. But the president, in the election of the president, both house of the parliament participated. Who only elected, no role of the nominated member. And next, vice president of India also elected by the both the house of the parliament. Understand? Today we discussed about the business topic. First, legislature. Today we have already discussed financial power. This type of the financial power used by the parliament. Next, control over the executive. How our parliament control the executive through the various motion like censure motion, cut motion, adjournment motion, no confidence motion. Constitutional functions, all the bill amending the constitution after the approval of the parliament. Next, electoral functions by the union parliament, elected member of both the houses and state legislative assembly, elect to the president of India, and elected member of both the house also participated in the election of the vice president. Speaker elected by the Lok Sabha and deputy speaker also elected by the member of the Lok Sabha. Deputy chairman elected by the member of the Rajya Sabha. No role of the each and everyone able to understand what is the legislative power, what is the financial power, how the control over the executive, constitutional function and electoral function. Okay, dear students, maybe tomorrow and the day after tomorrow we take your live classes. So in case of any query or question, then you can ask me through the live classes. Thank you.